Simon Coots here, paranormal investigator, and it is 6:52 p.m. August 18th, 1953. Alongside me here is a man who many years ago was the pastor of a small eastern Kentucky town. He claims to have been witness to an extraordinary phenomenon that plagued a rural house just outside of a town he presided over. Okay, Mr. Howell, for the record, please state your name and exactly where it was you were a pastor.
My name is Walter Howell. I was a pastor at the Baptist Church in Hopewell, Kentucky from spring of 1928 until the summer of 1947.
Okay. Could you please give me an idea of what your story's about?
Well, it's about how I was called upon to rid this house outside of town of this restless presence that was scaring people half to death.
Did you know how long the house had been haunted for?
I think somewhere around 10 years is what everybody said.
Okay. Mr. Howell, you can begin at any time.
Okay. Well, it seems like from the day I rode into town, I'd heard all sorts of stories about the old Ellington house. Now, it was said that several families had tried to live in this old place, but none of them could even make it past the first night. They'd all said they'd seen and heard things that scared them half to death, to where they didn't even want to step foot in there again. Well, I guess the townspeople had gotten together at some point or another, and they'd all decided that somebody was going to have to do something about it. Well, me being the town pastor, I was chosen to try and put what was haunting the place to rest. Now, I don't know how people nowadays feel about ghosts and such, but I'll tell you what, I never, in all my days, thought I would see something like I seen that night.
I gotta get rid of this stuff someday.
How are you today, Mr. Graves?
Oh, I'm just a coasting, enjoying this weather.
It is a lovely day, isn't it?
You out riding today?
Yeah, something like that. Actually, I'm off to spend the night at the old Ellington place.
By doggies, you better be careful. There's boogers in there.
So I've heard.
Oh, shoot. After what old Jim Sears said, boy, I wouldn't step foot in that place down there.
Well, let's hope that whatever Mr. Sears heard will be gone after my visit tonight.
Well, by dingus, you're braver than I am.
Well, I guess it's just one of those jobs that the good Lord sets you out to do. Say, this is the right way to the old place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Just follow the path around the hillside there, and it'll be setting over on the right. You can't miss it.
Thank you, sir. Now, I expect I'll be seeing you at the next church meeting come Sunday, right?
Well, by crackers, I probably ought to go.
Nice seeing you again, Mr. Graves.
So I'd rode on a little ways, and just when I could see the house through this clearing in the trees, my horse stopped dead in his tracks. And that was strange, you know, 'cause he'd never done anything like that before.
So you were just riding along and the horse just stopped?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I tried for a second to urge him on, but there was nothing I could do to make that horse take another step closer.
Well, you know, I've read numerous reports about how animals are more receptive to paranormal activity, no more so than humans.
So that must have been what happened, because the old mule wasn't going anywhere. All I could do then was just tie him to a tree and walk the rest of the way. And what made it worse, that it was starting to get pretty hot, and I was already in a pretty foul mood.